Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and he was the grandson of the Holy Prophet, and he's actually referred to as leaders of the Yusuf Paradise by both Sunni and Shia sects. And so today is a procession going on behind us at Marble Arch, and it marks the largest peace gathering in the world. In Karbala, where the Prophet's grandson's shrine is, you'll find that around 20 to 30 million people are gathering on this day alone to show our respect to him. And so we believe Imam Hussein's message is increasingly relevant today. He was killed alongside 72 members of his family versus the tyrant of his time. On his side there were 30,000, so you have 30,000 here of the tyrant and 72 of Imam Hussein, the tyrant Yazid. And so he was mutilated and he was killed alongside his family. And we believe his message is increasingly relevant today. Why? Because you have groups and Islamic fractions coming in the name of Islam, like ISIS, Janabat al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda, all of these different fractions, in the name of Islam, beheading people. And we say this is nothing new. This happened 1400 years ago to the Prophet's own grandson. So we believe his message is increasingly relevant today to show people that we are indifferent and separate to these extremist fractions, and that we are still adhering to the path of the Prophet's family, the Ahlul Bayt, and that we want to continue his message. And this is predominantly a message which exists within all sects, but predominantly within the Shia religion, because we seek Ahlul Bayt as role models. And so that's what today is really about. All over around the country, everywhere, you'll find people on this day are having marches, processions to commemorate the death of Imam Hussein and stand for his message.
Give me some, like what makes Shia Islam,
Yeah.
and different from any other fractions of Islam.
So I feel like the main difference between our school of thought and others is our epistemological differences within our school of thought. So that's where our school of thought differs from others, is that we incline ourselves or hold on to the path of the Prophet's family, and we stick to them. So if anyone fights against the Prophet's family, we would say we don't want anything to do with these kinds of people. We adhere to the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt. The Prophet said in his speech at Ghadir, one of his last speeches, I leave for you two things. So long as you hold on to them, you will never ever go astray. The Quran and my Ahlul Bayt, the Quran and my family. So the main difference between our school of thought and others is that we stick on to the Ahlul Bayt. We believe their messages are divinely sent by God, and that they are the true protectors of the Quran. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him and his family, said to Imam Ali, "Oh Ali, you fight to protect the interpretation of the Quran as I fought for its revelation." So the Quran was bought, the revelation was bought by the Prophet Muhammad, and its interpretation should be adhering to a specific group of people also chosen by God. Because it's very important, the interpretation. When you have verses like Surah 9 verse 6 where it says, kill disbelievers wherever you find them, we need to know what this interpretation is. Is it in this context? Is it out of this context? We need to have people who have this interpretation of the Quran, the correct interpretation. And we believe God instilled that within the Prophet's family.
So do you guys also believe in the Sahih Hadiths as well?
So we believe in your Kitab al-Sittah, which is the six main books of the Sunni school of thought. We agree whatever agrees with our Hadith books. So we have 4 main Hadith books. So anything in concurrence to our Hadith books we accept. Anything which goes against the Imams, the 12 leaders which we have, we would.
What are your 4 Hadith books?
So we have the Sheikh al-Saduq books, Sheikh Tulsi's books, and other scholars.
So it's different from Bukhari and
yes, we have different Hadith
Muslim
books.
and all
exactly.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So Al-Qafi by Khulaini, Sheikh Al-Khulaini. I'm just giving some of the names. So these are our 4 main books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So why do you take them books and not the other ones?
So the main comes down to epistemological differences. So if we believe that the God actually chose these 12 Imams and the Ahlul Bayt to protect the Quran's interpretation, and they were divinely chosen, then we believe in our school of thought to be correct, and that when these Imams came forward and produced their own Hadith books, of course we're going to take their Hadith books because they were chosen by God. Abu Hanifa, for example, Bukhari, the main book of the Sunni Muslims, doesn't take any traditions from Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, the 6th grandson of the Holy Prophet. Not a single hadith. And this is the grandson of the Holy Prophet. He has the most knowledge on the matter. So this is why we have our own hadith books, because we're taking our narrations from the Prophet's family. If you look at the chain of narrators of Sunni's books in Bukhari, the main number 1 narrator is Aisha, the wife of the Prophet. Number 2, Abu Hurairah, the one who converted 2 years before Islam, somehow happens to be the 2nd largest narrator. I don't know how. Keep going down. Number 3, Abdullah ibn Umar, who gave bay'ah to Yazid, the one who killed Imam Hussein I was just referring to. He gave bay'ah to Yazid, Abdullah ibn Umar, and you hold him, meaning he gave allegiance to him.
Okay.
So he held him as his imam, as his leader.
Okay.
So the third largest narrator is Abdullah ibn Umar, the one who gave allegiance to Yazid, who killed Imam Hussein. Keep going down, and do you know how much Imam Ali narrates? 1%. Imam Ali narrates 1%. So yeah, Bibi Aisha has 17%, Abu Huraira and Abdullah ibn Umar has around 15-16%, and Imam Ali alayhi salam has 1%. So this is the main difference between our hadith books, that we're taking our hadiths from Ahlul Bayt, whereas you're taking them from the enemies of Ahlul Bayt. This is what really separates our school of thought from others. Do you understand, bro?
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, that's alright.
So the Shia man do dawah as well?
We do, yeah, so we do
Shia man in the park doing dawah.
yeah, so we call people to Islam, but in terms of Speaker's Corner, you won't find a lot of Shias here, mainly due to the environment which is built here, which has been anti-Shia and anti-other school of thought. The main school of thought which you will find here are the Salafi school of thought, and you won't really find many other school of thoughts here. It's mainly due to the way it's, the social dynamics of the place and the way it's built. But we do dawah, and it's something we should really encourage more Shias to do. Yeah.
Brilliant, that's good. Thank you.
Big up content over everything. I like his channel.
Cheers!
I know it.
Cheers!
Best son.
That's alright.
Marketing Leon, yeah?
Hey.
How are you doing? How are you?
Good on?
Yeah. Huh?
Nobody.
We actually had a discussion for you, though. We wanted to talk about Tawheed.
Tawheed.
Yeah, so we believe that the main difference between us.
No, wait. Before we begin anything, let me ask you a question first. Let's say why you're here in the first place, yeah? Because we see usually there's a lot of you here, yeah? So let's, for the viewers, just explain why you're here, so we can maybe understand why you came here.
So we came to speak. We have our Arbaeen procession right below, and we just came to Speaker's Corner to see how the Muslims are handling.
Arbaeen is what? Can you explain to the people that don't know?
I've already explained.
Oh, you explained it?
Yeah, I already explained to camera. But in regards to Arbaeen, it's the procession of Imam Hussein. It's his death anniversary, and we want to hold these marches in his respect.
Can I ask you a question? Who was more superior in taqwa? Was it Ali or Hussein?
Sorry?
Who was more superior?
You've asked the question, but we were talking about Arbaeen.
No, I know.
So I was talking about Tawheed.
I'm getting
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I would like to know, obviously.
I asked a question about Tawheed.
No, because Tawheed, we can discuss Tawheed if you want, but let's stick to the reason why you're here in the first place, which is Arbaeen, yeah?
That's fine. We're here for Arbaeen.
Yeah. And
but in
Arbaeen,
regards to why we come to Speaker's Corner, we haven't come to Speaker's Corner for any really message. So in regards to that, I said let's talk about Tawheed, because Tawheed is the main message of Islam. It's the main pillar of our faith, which a Sunni can agree to and a Shia can agree to. That the main pillar of my faith and your faith is Tawheed.
I agree, yeah.
So are you not willing to ask any questions about Tawheed?
I will discuss Tawheed,
Yeah.
but to be honest, I think we should discuss really the main difference between us, yeah?
That's what my point is. The main difference between our
The main,
and yours
Tawheed is one of them. Tawheed is one of them.
It's the main one.
The main one is
starts
Imamah.
with Tawheed.
No, it's Imamah. Let's start the Imamah.
The main pillar of Islam is
Yes.
Tawheed,
Okay.
then Nubuwah,
We'll
then
discuss
Imamah.
Tawheed. Yes, we'll discuss
So
Tawheed.
why can we not discuss
No, we will.
Tawheed first?
Because listen, because if you want to put a condition on me, yeah, I don't have to accept it. You understand?
That's why you don't have to accept it, but I mean
That's
there's a
it.
lot of people here and you don't want to discuss Tawheed.
I think because you see, Tawheed is good for between us, Sunnis and Shias. But if other people are watching, they need to know that the main difference between us, the Sunnis and Shias, is the Imamat.
Even a Christian will have a knowledge to obtain from Tawheed.
Really?
Even a Jew would have knowledge to obtain from Tawheed.
Okay.
We all believe in one God.
Okay.
The Christians, Jews and Muslims here all believe in one God. And this is what I'm calling
So
everyone to.
let's stick to the Imamat first, and then we go to Tawheed. Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tawheed is number one in my school of thought and yours.
Look.
Are we scared to discuss Tawheed?
I first asked him about Arbaeen, then you said Tawheed. I said, okay, but let's go to Imamah. They say no, Tawheed. Okay, let's step by step.
I've already had a discussion with you on Imamah. So why do you want to discuss it again
Because
today?
that is the main one. That is the main one.
The main one is Tawheed, Aki.
Sorry, Said, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, go for it.
The thing is, look, at the end of the day, when you discuss with a non-Muslim, first you discuss Allah, right? You want to say